Good morning. It's a beautiful morning. Temperatures are not too bad. It's really windy. It was super windy all night long. As much as I needed sleep, I mean, I got a few hours, but I didn't sleep that much. At about 12:20, some ATV came back from the mountain back there with no lights on. So it was either illegal activity or border patrol or something, I don't know. One thing I don't think I said yesterday, other than the three guys that I had walked a little bit with and camped with, we never saw anybody else from the shuttle all day. The other three guys all left. The first two at 6 o'clock. The other one at like 6:15. It's 6:30 right now. I just decided to have a nice leisurely morning. These semis started going back on this road at 5:20 this morning. So I've been up for an hour. But anyway, we got about 3 more miles to this water cache. So let's just get this 3 miles done and fill water and see what the day has in store for us. You can see how open it is out here. And I don't know, I've got a little bit here. There's a highway up ahead. And the water cache is somewhere right before the highway. But I'm showing you how open it is because I just had to dig my first cat hole of the CDT. And let me tell you, your squat game better be good. There are no trees, nothing to like assist with the position or give you any kind of cover. You're just kind of out in the middle of the open out here. But it's been a beautiful morning. It's only, I don't know, 7:20 or so. Getting close to this cache. I assume the heat will be sweltering before long. It is 8 a.m. I'm here at this water cache. I've drank about 1 liter, taken about 2 3/4 liters. Got 13 miles to the next water source, so not too horrible today on the water carries. And I don't know, not sure what I'm going to end up, how many miles I'll do today. I think I've done 3.6, 3.8, something like that so far. When I got here, Mr. Sunshine was here. He just headed off, and I'm sure I'll see him at the next water source. This is the first paved road crossing. Man, I'm walking here trying to find the trail. Like it just, there's a path this way, that way, whatever. All of a sudden I stepped down. This thing went all the way through the bottom of my shoes and into my foot. Scared the crap out of me because it was a very piercing pain. I don't know how bad it is. I haven't stopped to take my shoe off, but it hurts. I actually may have to stop and look at it because it's hurting worse. It's been a little while since I talked to you. I've been hiking for 2.5 hours since I left camp. It's like 9 a.m. I've only done like a little over 5 miles. I feel like I just can't really get in the groove. And today, there's been so many spots. Like the trail's pretty noticeable right now, but there's been so much just zigzagging back and forth trying to find the trail. And then you think you're on the trail, then you see a sign off in the distance the other way. So it's been a little frustrating. Not making great time today, but I mean, I guess even with stops, I'm still doing like 2 miles an hour, but I don't know, it feels slow. I'd looked at my foot earlier. There was only a little bit of blood, and it's right in the ball of my foot. It hurt pretty good for 15 minutes or so, but I don't really feel it anymore. Today I've just been kind of out in the open like this, and I suspect it's probably going to continue that way. Well, I got off trail somehow. I was on a path that had ended. I had to look it far out, and it shows I'm off a good bit. I mean, not a whole lot, a couple hundred yards. So I'm trying to bushwhack to intersect wherever the heck the trail is. It's like hide and seek with the trail out here. The trail has been this old rough road for several miles now. Right here's a little bit of a flat spot, but it has mostly been up, down, in and out of washes, which has not been great on these blisters on my feet. It's about 10:40, I think. I need to stop somewhere and check my feet and see if I need to put any more Band-Aids or anything on blisters. But there's just really nowhere to stop. There's no shade. And I have this little umbrella. But I'm hoping to find somewhere in the next 20 minutes or so, maybe a slight bit of shade next to a bush, somewhere where I can put my Tyvek down next to it and sit down for a few minutes. The scenery has not really changed all day. Seems to be mostly the same view. It is 20 after 11. I'm off trail just about, 20 yards. I just took a 20-minute break right there, had my Tyvek in that shade. The shade is already diminished a good bit from when I sat down, but all right, it is now time to continue on. I'm gonna go this way and then connect up to the trail. Alrighty, let's see. Today's been kind of a slog on this old road. Scenery's starting to change. There's not like mountains out in front of me now. It's just open and as far as you can see. I think it's 12:30, a little after 12:30 probably. And I am, I'm guessing, 3.5 miles from the water. Hope to be there by 2:15 or so. Like I said, I just ain't moving very fast today. But once I get there, I plan to stay for at least an hour or two and just kind of wait out some of the heat. There's supposed to be lots of shade by this water. So I'll stay there for a while and then hike some more later. I think when I get to the water, it's 16 and a half for the day. So then I'll just go whatever more in the evening, to be determined. It hasn't been like miserable. If it weren't for these blisters on both of my pinky toes, I had wrapped them when I took that break with Band-Aids and then duct tape to keep the Band-Aid on. It didn't work. I felt them both pull off within the first mile. So I don't know. I'll have to deal with that at some point. What do you all think about this picture-in-picture that I've been using some the last 2 videos? Tell me in the comments. You like it? You don't like it? What do you think about the scenery? This long, lonely road. Well, I'm gonna be there later than I anticipated. I just saw one big tree by itself with a bunch of great shade. There was a couple under it that I hadn't met, so stopped and took another break, hung out with them. So they're through hiking, but they're doing this first section southbound, back to the border. They're gonna get picked up by the shuttle, go back to Lordsburg, and then go north. I've met a few people doing that, I guess for logistics and whatever, and I think the shuttle actually charges less to be picked up here, because generally they're dropping everybody off here and coming back empty. But anyway, I've got 3 miles to get to the water, so I'll be there a little later, but still the same plan. I'm gonna hang out for a while. They confirmed there's lots of good water there, and said there's lots of shade. And they told me a couple stories, because I have not seen any snakes or anything other than just a couple lizards. They said they've seen a rattlesnake today, and they were laying down, had their Tyvek, like ground sheet, taking a break. And he had his head laying down, they're both laying on it. So he got up, picked the Tyvek up, and a rattlesnake had gotten under it. It was right by its head, under the Tyvek, just while they were laying there. So I guess I'll be thinking about that now every time I take a break. Ugh. What a dirty trick. I was seeing that for a long ways off, and I thought it was one of those blue and white igloo coolers that somebody put trail magic or something. Nope, just a pillow in the middle of the desert. I ended up still making it, even with that stop. It's 2:07, and here is the windmill. I'm gonna go find me some shade and get some water. Got me a spot here. I've been here over an hour already. Got all my water. I had some food. When I got here, the other 3 guys were here. They've all left already. This is emergency cow water. But over there, in this black tank, there's a spigot. And I was able to fill up all my water there. Here it is from the other side. I'm on my way out. There's also a tub of clear water there for cows to drink out of, but you could filter from there too. I'm gonna go ahead and show you, even though I already got my water. There's a hose right there. All right, it is time to start walking out of here. It's a little after 3:30. It is 12 minutes after 6. I'm walking into the water cache. See a few tents here. It's probably just the same guys I've been with. It is super windy. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but hopefully I can find a spot in the trees that and get my tent set up. What a day. I didn't even look to see. I think we did right at 23 miles again. Although today started a little earlier and I really took my time, took some breaks. I don't feel very bad. Everything feels pretty good. My feet hurt because they're missing a good bit of skin, and that cactus spine went into my foot today, but it'll be okay. Camped here with the same people as last night. Already had dinner. Got my tent set up, but haven't set up the inside and made my bed yet. So I'm gonna go do that and get to laying down. I may take a Benadryl, see if I can sleep tonight, because I've had 5 nights in a row now with very little sleep. All in all, pretty good day. Good day 2 on the CDT. This last stretch was pretty like barren wasteland, kind of like where I'm at right now. And I've heard that this next 20-mile section is pretty much like this. So I don't know if there's going to be many views tomorrow, but we'll see. Thanks again for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.